Recording, so you're good.
Hi guys, I'm here with Steve Raiken from Raiken Profit. Hi to everybody, Merch Money. Raiken Profit is one of the first people I started following on YouTube back in 2014.
That long?
Yeah, so it's gone quite far back. And I think a lot of people, when they watch YouTube, they just see where you are right now. And they're like, oh, I could never be like this person. I mean, if you see, first of all, follow Raiken Profit. But if you see his channel, he's got 140,000 subscribers, you know, doing all these things. But I think if you go back, so I saw him in 2014. I still thought he was like, oh, wow, like how could he do all this stuff? But it's been so fun to see your progression.
Thank you.
So, and you're one of the reasons that I started Merch Money, actually. So for anyone who doesn't know the story, I went to Steve's meetup in, let's see, I think it was April 2018.
Yeah, I still remember that. I remember the conversation we had. She had the vision.
I had the vision, and I also had a suspended channel already. He helped me try to figure it out. It was crazy. It got suspended within like 2 days. So anyway, we started Merch Money the very next week. But tell us a little bit about how you got started. What made you start a YouTube channel?
Yeah, so I still remember it was probably 2012, 2013. I was $23,000 in debt. I was living at home with my parents. I was working at a restaurant called the Cracker Barrel. And
Yep.
I was just, I was clocking in, clocking out, grinding all the time. And I was super stressed. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have much of a future. I didn't like what I did. I woke up every day and I knew I had to go into work, and I used to have to wear this little apron that they wear at the Cracker Barrel, and I would sit in the parking lot before my shift would start, and I would just be so miserable, so upset, and because I just knew I was just walking into a hellhole. Like every time I'd walk in there. I just wanted something better. I really did, and I didn't know where to start. Yeah. And it wasn't long after that I ended up on YouTube, and I was just typing in like how to make money online or something like that.
That's what we all do.
And I think like maybe even a year before that, I was my brother had taught me how to make money on eBay, selling coins on eBay. So what we would do is we would search the newly listed listings under the silver and the bullion, and we would try to find silver coins that were under spot. Spot is like the market value that people are willing to pay or what it's going for. And at the time, silver prices were shooting up from, it was 11 to 12 to 15 to 18 to 21. I rode that up from $20 to $50.
Wow.
And we were just buying and flipping. And then I stopped for a while, went to college, Cracker Barrel, and I was searching online trying to find ways to make money. And I found the Bonafide Hustler.
Yeah.
And that's like how the green room started. I started documenting my channel.
Yeah, so guys, every time I talk about the green room, you've been mentioned several times, I think, on videos, but this is what I'm talking about. Steve Raiken, and there's a couple other guys that started the green room. Very great group, helped me a lot. But I think one thing about you is you always are growing, you're always learning, you're always bettering yourself. I remember in one of your videos, you went back to the Cracker Barrel at one point in time, and some of the people were still there as if nothing had changed all those years, and that's not the case with you. So how do you make sure that you're always growing and always learning?
Well, you got to push yourself outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You've got to realize that if you don't do something different and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to probably continue to get the same results. So for me, there's a couple different ways that I like to grow. Number one, hanging out with people who push me outside my comfort zone. People like yourself who are doing big things on another level, who are hungry, because who you surround yourself with is who you become. You know, Jim Rohn's famous quote, Jim Rohn was Tony Robbins' mentor. You become the 5 people you hang out with most.
Yep.
And that saying goes around and people kind of hear it, goes in one ear and one out and out the other, but it really is true.
Yeah.
You know, take a look in your phone, open up your phone and take a look at the 5 people you're texting the most or you're talking to. I guarantee that your body, your income, you're probably somewhere in the middle of everyone you're hanging out with. So for me, just extending my network and hanging out with people and going to meetups and events, investing in myself. You know, we were talking before, I just invested quite a
tiny little amount,
yeah.
$20,000.
I spent 20 grand, and some people are shaking their head like, Steve, you are a freaking idiot.
People have been saying that the whole time, by the way. And it's like, I hope that they've watched your progression. 'Cause
Yeah,
they told
it's-
you you
yeah.
were stupid like in
Yeah, but
2014.
But it's not for everybody. For me, Tony Robbins helped me.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years ago, I was 250 pounds. I was smoking 2 packs of
Yeah.
cigarettes. I had just gotten arrested. I went to jail. I was nobody. I was nothing. And I used the exercises that Tony Robbins taught in Personal Power, Unlimited Power, Awaken the Giant. These are his books, his programs. And I used his exercises. One of the best exercises was the Dickens process, and I used that to quit smoking cigarettes. It's essentially, you think about all the pains that something will cause you. Like, so I was trying to quit smoking cigarettes.
Yes, that's a great video. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to link that in the
Yeah.
description.
So I wrote down what
Yeah.
all the pain that smoking cigarettes would continue to have in my life if I did it for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. I imagined it, I felt it, I cried. And then you switch over in that process to all the pleasures of what if you quit smoking cigarettes, or what if you started a business. And I went through that process, ripped up the cigarettes, threw them out my window. That was July 7th, 2011. I wrote it on my wall, circled it.
Yeah.
My parents must have been thrilled when I was living at the house that I did that, and never went back. But yeah, Tony Robbins changed my life, so I continue to invest in what works. I keep doing what works.
The other person that you follow a lot is Project Life Mastery.
Yes.
Stefan. It's been so interesting because I can tell who you follow because the results happen and
Yeah.
you follow what they do. And same with Stefan. Like, he became the #3 affiliate for Tony Robbins.
That's crazy.
And it's because you guys not only invest in yourself, but you really take action on what you learn.
Yeah.
To the point where someone watching like me watching a YouTube video is like, oh my gosh, I know what video he watched and he's actually doing it.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And that's what I love about
So,
social media is when I learn something, I like to put myself I like to box myself off. So I'll tell people what I'm going to do. And I'm not perfect. Sometimes I've told,
It's been pretty
You know,
close. You
yeah.
really followed through on what you want to do.
but a lot of the people like yourself, the people that are most successful, you're doing really well in merch, you're growing in your business. The people who are doing really well, they fail the most as well, but they continue to get up again. So like, people might look at your results and your YouTube and all the things you've been doing with merch and say, wow, like she just got lucky. It was an overnight success, but they don't see everything you've been doing behind the scenes.
No, and I'm very grateful for you and Stefan and all of you because it's so fun to see the whole progression. So there's no excuses. Like, I can't be like, oh, well, they just somehow know more than me. I'm like, no, I remember them in 2014 and now it's 2020. So it's been good motivation for me, and I hope that
Well, thank you. That's amazing.
I have a story like that someday.
Yeah, you will, and you already do. It's already, like I said, let me brag about you real quick. Last year, we were at Maggie McFly's Connecticut Thrifting Meetup, and we're having dinner, and she's sharing this idea with me about merch minds and inspiring women and even others as well. But you were really excited because there wasn't a lot of women that were in the field at all. And I was like, wow, like, holy crap, you've got yourself a good opportunity here. And you were so passionate about it. But most people, let's just be honest, I hear everyone always tells me ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you get a lot of ideas that people tell you, and 95% of them don't follow through at all. I don't judge, but I'm just like, we'll see. Well, time will tell. You did it. You freaking followed through, got past the suspended YouTube channel, continued growing your merch business. Now you've been helping and inspiring thousands of people, which is crazy.
Thank you. And now I'm doing a video with you. It's amazing. So everybody just, first of all, follow Steve and just never give up and just take action on what you learn. Don't just watch these videos. Really take action.
And don't compare yourself to others. It's tough at times. We watch people who are 10 steps or 10 years ahead of us and we say, wow, we have to get the results overnight. They didn't.
No,
We're
it
not
takes a
going
long
to.
time.
Yeah.
For most people.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
6 hours is nothing.
All right,
and good
guys.
luck in Miami.
Yep, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Good.